Hey, what's up, everybody? It's just Charles Saban. And welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we got a hell of a show for you guys. But before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Also, be sure to hit all notifications to be notified the second we publish our content, and check out our podcast that we have pinned below. Let me get into this topic here. As you guys know, the Western Conference right now, in terms of the playoff picture, is absolutely heating up. And as a matter of fact, I was going to post about this last night on the community section of the channel, but I didn't. But right now, if we look at the Western Conference standings, right, let's just go from 10. You have the Warriors at number 10. You have the Lakers at number 9. You have the the Phoenix Suns at number 8. And you have the Sacramento Kings at number 7. Those are going to be the 4 play-in teams, most likely, right? Unless something happens with the Pelicans. The Pelicans seem to be safe right now. They're the number 6 seed. So I was just thinking to myself, like, wow, this is going to be very, very exciting, right? And I can't wait to see how that's going to play out. So what happened? Yesterday, there was a game in the association between the Los Angeles Lakers and the Brooklyn Nets. And in that game, LeBron James absolutely went off and had one of his most efficient games in his NBA career, scoring 40 points on 76.5% shooting from the field, 83% from the free throw line, and shooting 90% from the three-point line. It was truly amazing. So what happened? I knew today on ESPN First Take that Shannon Sharpe was going to come on there because he usually comes on there on Mondays and Tuesdays. And I knew that after this performance, they were definitely going to discuss this. So what happened? Today on Undisputed, they were talking about this. I mean, on ESPN First Take, they were talking about this very thing. And then, of course, Shannon took it to the point where, as he always does, oh, and you know what? You know, there's another player that never looked as good as this, but I ain't going to say his name is Michael Jordan and blah, 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 blah. Now, the backdrop of the conversation was, is this going to be the Lakers' last dance? Why? Because after the game, during a post-game interview, LeBron was questioned about it. He said, I don't have much time left. So they're talking about that. Shannon essentially was saying, no, I don't think it's going to be the last run because LeBron is going to be just as good next year. And then Stephen A. Smith jumped in and was like, bro, this is absolutely going to be the last dance because this will be the last year LeBron James will ever have a chance to win an NBA championship. And Shannon Sharpe looked so hurt when Stephen A. Smith was saying this. I absolutely could not believe it. But before we even get into that, this video is brought to you by a sponsor, Prize Picks. Prize Picks is really simple. Instead of just selecting a team, you just select 2 or more players, pick more or less their projected stats, and then you place your entry. For example, this week, I'm selecting 2 entries. Stephen Curry for more than 25 points, and then I got Anthony Davis for more than 2 blocks, and Damian Lillard for more than 4 3-pointers made. Prize Picks is also the only daily sports platform with an injury insurance policy. So for example, if you have a player who gets injured in the first half and doesn't return to the second half, that player gets automatically rebooted. What I also love about Prize Picks is that it offers weekly promotions like Taco Tuesdays. Each Tuesday, Prize Picks discounts select player projections up to 25% to provide even more value. So go to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS for a first deposit matchup up to $100. That's go to prizepicks.com/CLNS, use code CLNS for a first deposit match of up to $100. And once again, once you support this sponsor, you're supporting this channel. Thank you. So what we want to do is we want to play this exchange for you now, and then we're going to come back and give you guys our thoughts. Take a listen to this exchange here.
I saw the brother drop over 40 when he was 40. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
I did say that.
Number one. Number two,
probably took him 40 shots.
I answered your question. That's number one. Number two, for somebody that's so bloviating about how to go, I don't see no. Hey, you know what? How come you only been to 2 games this year? You only been to a couple of games this year. I wonder why. Number three, when you're talking about conjecture and all of that other stuff, you have a whole lot of time, not just with Shay, but with Nike. Y'all do a hell of a job with that stuff. Don't even start with me, okay? People taking notes from you right now. That's a compliment, my brother. Don't even worry about it. But here's the deal, Shannon. I'm going to tell you this. And you didn't bring this up, so I'm going to bring it up for you because I know you leave these things out. Because, see, I know you well enough to know you know what you're talking about. You also know what to leave out because you're slick like that. But it's okay. I'm here for it. The Los Angeles Lakers have won 6 of their last 7 games. They've 18-8 since February 1st, tied for the 5th best record in the NBA during this stretch, right? Very, very impressive. Wouldn't you say, Christine? I'd say so. They still a 9th seed. They're still a 9th seed despite that, okay? Not to mention the fact that they're playing 500 ball against the top 6 seeds in the Western Conference. What I'm saying to you is this question is relevant, Shannon, because here's what I'm trying to brace you for. The end is near in terms of your GOAT ever winning the championship again, unless he planning on leaving Tinseltown. You understand what I'm saying? And let's not forget the acting, because he did a great, great job in the movie Trainwreck. He was fabulous in the movie Trainwreck. You know, LeBron did some acting there too, all right? So, yeah, he's doing a lot of things to prepare himself post, like all of that other, and he still got enough money. He don't ever have to work another day in his life. But here's the point, Shannon. When you look at those other teams within the Western Conference, by the way, who are all considerably younger, by the way, who are better, okay, and are standing as figurative and literal roadblocks to whatever aspirations he may have as being a champion again, as long as he's going to stay in L.A. with the Los Angeles Lakers, there's nothing foreshadowing championship on their horizons. So the bottom line is this. This is my opinion. This is the last dance. With LeBron James playing the way that he's playing, I don't expect him to be better next year than he is this year.
You expect him to be worse?
I'm not saying that, but I said I don't expect him to be better. I would not disrespect him like that. He's too great for me to assume that because we've seen him defy Father Time and odds for so long. But I don't expect him to be better. I damn sure don't expect the rest of his crew to be better. And so I'm looking at the Los Angeles Lakers, and I'm like, yo, the time is now, because guess what? Oklahoma City ain't going to get worse. Minnesota ain't going to get worse.
4-1.
Denver ain't going to get worse. Dallas ain't going to get worse.
That's the only team I'm concerned about.
Who?
The Nuggets.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying. If you don't do it this year, what you think your chances is going to be next year and beyond? This is it. That's why I'm saying this question is relevant. Because to me, what I'm seeing from LeBron and what I'm seeing from the Lakers, this is it. It don't get much better for you moving forward.
So you heard the exchange between the two gentlemen. What's my thoughts on this? First of all, I think Shannon Sharpe has the hope every Laker fan has. And I know there are a lot of Laker fans, which is every year you think your team is going to win the championship. Every year. And if the Lakers win 3 games in a row, it's a wrap. They're going to win it all. 4 games in a row, it's over. They're going to go to championships back to back. And if they win 5, man, we about to three-peat. I know this, right? Because I read a lot of the comments. I see how they kind of react to certain things on social media. So I get that. But Stephen A. Smith brought up a good point, which is where LeBron James and the Lakers find themselves in the Western Conference picture and in the league overall, where they are. If you look at the NBA right now, a few things are happening. There are a lot of up-and-coming teams that are just getting better every year. If you look at the West, you have the Oklahoma City Thunder. Some people are not picking them if they play the Lakers in the first round because of experience. Well, you can't hold that excuse against. You won't be able to hold that against them for much longer if they start getting some experience. So you have them. You have the Denver Nuggets, of course, who's Denver, who I think is they're the class of the West. Then you have the Timberwolves who are coming with Anthony Edwards, Rudy Gobert, and these guys. Then you have the Clippers who are kind of like in the middle. They're not old, but they're not young. Then you have teams like the Dallas Mavericks. Then you have up-and-coming teams like the New Orleans Pelicans. Then you go to the East. You have teams like the Boston Celtics waiting for you. You have the Philadelphia 76ers, Maxey and these guys who look like he's going to be a real player. All-star, he's already an all-star. And you have other teams lingering out there like the Milwaukee Bucks. So the competition is getting better year after year. And LeBron and these guys are getting older year after year after year. So it doesn't favor them, right? Age starts to kick in. You look at the Golden State Warriors. At one point, they were a dynasty. Now they're getting older, so it becomes tougher for teams like this. You look at the Phoenix Suns. They're also dealing with things like this. So I think Stephen A. Smith makes an astute observation. Now, could the Lakers do something crazy this year? Well, in terms of in the playoffs, if they make it out of the play-in, They most likely will be facing the Thunder, the Nuggets, or the Wolves. Whoever they pull in that first round is going to be tough. There are not going to be any easy outs. The Oklahoma City Thunder are a very, very good team. The Denver Nuggets, well, they're the champs, so you ain't no flukes with them. And then you have the Minnesota Timberwolves. We have to see what Rudy Gobert and those guys, if he's going to be able to be healthy. But then you have other teams too, because you still have the Clippers, you still have the Mavericks, you still have the... So listen, the Western Conference is tough and is getting tougher. Now, Shannon and these guys will have a point if the Lakers were the best team or one of the best teams. They're not. And that's why Stephen A. Smith brought up the point about being the 9th seed. They're not one of the best teams. And if you're not one of the best teams, it's going to be pretty tough. So this may well be the last stand, because next year LeBron will be 40 years old. You're going to be pretty hard-pressed to win a championship at 40 when you couldn't do it at 39. These are my thoughts. Whatever you guys think, leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. We catch you guys on the next show. Peace.